Now, I told you we weren't done breaking down that Niners win. Finally, the red and gold get over 500. It only took 10 weeks. Let's head back out to Levi's Stadium, where Kate Rooney is joined by Niners insider Brad Graham.
All right, a little post-game treat. I'm joined by Brad Graham, who runs the SF Niners, one of the hottest media sites out there for 49ers content right now. He was here at the game tonight. What were your overall impressions of this game against the Los Angeles Chargers?
Well, it was a win, so that's a good start, but it wasn't the prettiest win. It was a little clunky in the first half, and they were able to get it together in the second half. So it was a slow start, but they were able to get it done in the end, so that was a good thing.
I think this is the first time that we've seen all these offensive weapons on the field healthy at the same time, and a lot of people were almost expecting an offensive explosion. Didn't quite get that. What more do you want to see from this offensive unit?
I think it really boils down to fundamentals. I know it sounds cliche in a sense, but they really just got to get back to the basics and doing the small things correctly. And I think with all that firepower, once they start doing those things, whether it's blocking assignments, penalties, fundamental things like that, I think everything else will come as a result. So they're just kind of lacking a rhythm right now, but soon, I would imagine it will get there, but we'll see for now.
How much of that do you pin on Kyle Shanahan in terms of making sure that all those ducks do line up in a row and that the Niners don't make those self-inflicted wounds?
I mean, it all starts with the head coach. When you look at those types of fundamental things, you look right at Kyle Shanahan, and it's always kind of a head-down situation. So I think he is a person that you look at for fixing those issues and maybe why those issues exist in the first place. So I think it is fair to look at Kyle to get those things back on track, and I think that's what he's got in front of him as the season continues.
Kind of a controversial moment tonight when Dre Greenlaw, the linebacker, was ejected after a unnecessary roughness penalty. What were your thoughts on that?
I didn't know if an ejection was warranted. I can understand the penalty because they're trying to protect quarterbacks, especially in the head and neck area. So I can understand a potential targeting call, but it was such a bang-bang play that it felt a little adverse to eject him from the game. You got to see him walking off the field, celebrating the 49ers defense's stops as he was, and he also posted to Instagram, he said, "Free me." He clearly doesn't feel that it was justified. I don't feel it was justified for an ejection. I can understand a penalty. They're trying to protect quarterbacks, especially head and neck. But the ejection might have been a little too far for NFL officiating.
Fortunately, it looks like Herbert's okay. Good to see Greenlaw having a little bit of a sense of humor about it. This defense, though, overall, kind of looked like they got back on track, played a really complete game. How impressed were you with the defense tonight?
The defense really held and carried the 49ers throughout this entire game. It started off with the touchdown bust from Talanoa Hufanga, and so it looked like it was going to be a long game for the 49ers defense, but they really buckled down and pitched a shutout in the second half against a really good quarterback. So they were able to make their adjustments at halftime, come out and play actually really phenomenal ball, and it ended with the Talanoa Hufanga pick at the end to seal it.
One thing we haven't been talking about much is Jimmy Garoppolo, in a good way. Usually when 49ers pundits are talking about Garoppolo, it's complaining about his inconsistencies. How do you think Garoppolo's been the past couple weeks?
You know, that's a great point. I spend a lot of time talking about the San Francisco 49ers, and Jimmy Garoppolo is typically in the crosshair of most fans. We really aren't talking about Jimmy Garoppolo that often, in fact, which is a good thing because that means we're not getting the interceptions, turnovers, maybe some of those questionable plays or decisions, and that bodes well for the 49ers moving forward in the future. Now, we talked about it earlier. They have some things to correct. You know, they're not fully functional at the moment. They're still a little disoriented at times, but the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is playing at a high level for the most part is a pretty positive thing moving forward.
All right, well, there's still a lot of interesting storylines to follow when it comes to this team and their hunt for another postseason berth. Brad, always great to have you with us. Thank you.